Hey folks, your old buddy Low Range Larry here again. I managed to survive the big 4th of July fireworks shooting off extravaganza and doodah party. Got that done, got trees trimmed up, weed whacker run, somewhat caught up on my obligations around here, around the grounds of the chateau. Got to get back in on the 49 here. I am in I'm in an area I don't know much about. I'm always willing to learn, so that's what I'm going to do. Got to do a little work, and I will obviously show you the results. Got this new steering wheel in here a couple of weeks back in the old truck, but I got to get suspension work, I guess you could say. Worked on here a little bit. Got it lifted up. Obviously, front wheels chocked because I don't want to get run over. Crazy, huh? Those lone wolf cowboy days, not carrying and pushing my luck, are way over. Anyways, got to get jack stands under it, get the defective part taken off, the affective or the good part put back on. While I got it going, might as well take it out and give it a good bath, make it presentable. More on all that later. We'll catch you up here in a bit. Hey everybody. Phew. I think I got the air ride sorted. I think it was just a loose clip. I'm not for sure, but it's not bleeding air through anymore. You can hear 300 cubic inches of just torque, mostly torque. Good reliable engine. Compressor still airing up. Oh yeah. But now it's time to take her out and give her a bath. That way we can present her to you all properly. Let's see if I can get backed out of the garage here without scraping the running boards or the fenders or the mirrors or anything off. It's happened once. My bad. All right, here we go. Well, here she is. Got her a bath, got her somewhat cleaned up. I don't think I got my suspension issue sorted like I thought I did, but I'll show you more of that here in a little bit. Got a lot of cleaning up. She's been getting kind of dusty in the garage there. I need to take her out and knock the dust off of her. But listen to that 300. It's a good sounding old engine. Yeah, I'll get around here. You'll see I used the wrong bed on it, but this was several trucks, well, pieces of several trucks made into one. All right, so I keep referring to the suspension. It's got it right. Problem is, her right front solenoid is hanging up. It's probably the one I dropped during assembly. See if I got enough air in the tank to get her aired up, or else I got to plug that noisy compressor fuse back in again. And I got the front up. Let me get. Got the front air up. See if I got enough air in the tank. Oh, look at that. I do. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is the inside of the Jewel. This was given to me by a friend of mine over in the UK. Good character, wonderful guy, good hard-working dad. Here's the rest of it. She's charging okay, good oil pressure. Temps, not too bad. Put this new steering wheel on, and there's a bit of a design problem, but I can fix that. The inside of it's not finished, but I don't care. I'm having a good time with it. I'll show you the outside here. And there she is. 300, runs like a champ. Aside from the spray can rebuild, Partronics ignition in the distributor, and some tune-up parts and a carburator rebuild. It's pretty much like I got it out of the donor truck. Runs like an absolute champ, lots of torque. Put an electric fan in it. Got a little bit of a coolant leak over there I need to address. But the front 2/3 came from a donor truck, a 1981 Ford half-ton two-wheel drive. My friends always give me a lot of hell for not putting a V8 in it, but I'm not responsible enough to have anything that's really fast. Basically, like get anything with any kind of power. I'm basically like a 13-year-old that took his dad's truck down to the co-op. I'll be burning the tires off of it whenever I get a chance. So it's probably best that I don't. You notice the color on it. My buddy, the painter, very, very, very talented painter, and asked me what color I wanted to contrast with the black. I told him I wanted super Blizzam green. So this is a custom mix. Not at all sedate, but that's what I wanted. It's metallic. Semi-gloss for the body. The hubcaps, I like the hubcaps. Might buy some of the old style Ford wheels later. The bed, you notice, is walnut oak, cut by a friend of mine, planed down, made planks for me, and we had to cover the notch on back. It's stained a dark cherry, 3 coats of dark cherry, urethane on top of that, sanded. I still got a little more cleaning to do, don't pay any attention to that. Took the crown out of the roof. The only piece on this truck that has not been repaired or modified somehow, no door handles, you'll notice that, is this part. Everything else, the hood, out of the original truck, the cab and the hood is really the only thing I used out of the original donor truck, which was just absolutely terrible. License plate I found, LEDs, but you'll notice I have the wrong tailgate on it. That's because the guy up the road at the sandblaster had this and an old Chevy bed. And the price was right. It was free. Somebody wanted to get them done and they didn't come get them. Tail light there, and that is a tail light too. Not much of one, but it keeps things looking simple and clean. I think the only piece that I bought new for this was the running boards, because I could not find a set that were worth fooling with. The fenders were original, and like all the old Fords do, they rot out back in here where that brace is. So had to get those welded up, cleaned up. The mounting bolt holes on the fenders were not the same as the bed sides. So had to go through and weld up the old holes, make new ones. Mustang fuel tank in between the frame rails. Like I said, you'll notice the lack of door handles. It has poppers on it. The front fenders, I think I got 3 front clips to make a set of good fenders in the center section. You notice these, the lower pieces down here, those are actually hand fabricated. You can see a little bit of a discrepancy there, but the others have a little more swoop to them. Those, Eric did the lion's share of the work on those, and he's an absolutely incredible body man. I took and scuffed all the chrome, not all the chrome because you still see the Ford, but the bezels, crossbars, side spears, scuffed as much of the chrome as I could, give it more of a matte finish. Yeah, got her back in the garage. Had a little coolant leak I need to address, but you can see ride height is much lower than what it was. Cut the back third of it off of the frame, and the boys from the group, Corey, Eric, Tim, made the back third, 3-linked it. Air ride was a leftover kit from a buddy of mine had bought for like a 62 or 63 Lincoln. Just a list. It was an 8-year beaten just about every Saturday, 2 or 3 days through the week. But education is expensive. Education, and I got an incredible amount of education. I knew enough about a car to keep one running and to maybe fix one, but this was education, and education to me is extremely valuable. World according to Larry, for whatever that's worth. Here's the other side view. Um, I will be one of the first to admit, you know, I don't know much, but I'm willing to learn. And the guys that I worked with on the old truck, they were willing to teach, and I appreciate it very much. And I am eternally grateful that they took the time out. Uh, the whole group has, you know, their patience with me was amazing because, you know, to me, just, you know, get them where they'll run, put gas in them, and take them to town. These guys would not let me take shortcuts. They would definitely not let me do anything unsafe. Um, but that's what, you know, friends do. They watch out for each other. It turned out amazing, I think. Don't have a whole ton of money in it, but I got a whole ton of time in it, which is, like I said, what we do whenever we don't have a whole lot of money. Would I do this project all over again? From the educational standpoint, yeah. But boy, there's a lot of time involved. I started out with absolute junk, which put me even further in the hole behind. But it turned out really well. Power steering, power brakes, automatic transmission, 306 cylinder, air ride suspension. I don't know if I've said this before, but if you all get nothing else from these series of videos, I am trying to encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. If you are an experienced mechanic, you can always learn more. Even experienced mechanics don't know everything. Are you willing to learn? Give it a try. You know, I hear a lot of people are having trouble affording newer vehicles. Can you learn to work on an older one? More of that later. Even at my age, I want to learn. And the guys that helped me with this from the club, talk about patient. Before, you know, a lot of things I could fix with a sledgehammer. If it's not working right, you smash it with a hammer and go get another one. Get with a group of folks if you want to learn. If you want to lone wolf it. It opens up a whole lot of opportunities. You know, there's initial outlays in tools and stuff like that, but pick your battles. A lot of parts out there. I hear about part shortages. The $20 for the wiper blades each for my Silverado. Oh, I about had a seizure. But, you know, survival. So finding stuff is a survival instinct to it. You know, where can I find 22-inch wiper blades? Oh, so I can't tell you because, you know, I'm not sure what I can get by with again. The wiper blade things. Look at your surroundings. Keep looking. What do you want? What do you want to try? Do you want to build something? Do you want to keep something maintained? Where do you live? How far is it to work? Are you a few blocks? Could you use a moped? Do you need a car? There's always, I say this, and I kind of believe it, there's always going to be the parts there, but it depends on what you're trying to work on. If it's a specialized vehicle, probably going to be hard to find parts. If it's just a general old S10, Ranger, Cherokee, whatever, in our lifetime, we will probably never get to the end of the parts. But again, this is a rant, I guess, for on down the road. Just want to give you guys a quick view of the Hillbilly Heartbreaker, as I've known to call her. Started out as a wild hair, and thankfully, with some help from some very good friends, running, driving, pretty nice old vehicle. they're never done. I've never seen a car guy that said, well, yeah, it's done. I've never seen a car guy that said that. There's done enough, you know. Yeah, see, here's what I was talking about. This is, I got that little coolant leak. And it's just one more thing to address. It's not the end of the world by any means. You know, if you're going to drive an old vehicle, you're going to have old vehicle problems. There was a lot of work went into the dashboard too. You can see we left the glove box, but I made a filler to put the air ride gauges in, welded up the ashtray, welded up the dash, smoothed it, put the gauges in. Automatic transmission, put the pedals from the donor truck in, and just a million little things that you will never see. New floor, new trans tunnel. The list just goes on and on and on. But like I said, you know, somehow I got a group of very talented friends that would teach me and work with me. I did what I could. You know, I could track down parts. I seem to be pretty good at tracking down parts for some reason. But you know, everybody in a group brings something, some strength to the group. You know, we made another 49 like this one for a guy, and there's my seat. Did a Model A Roadster pickup, the Silver Shop truck, and you know, the education that I got is just, you couldn't put a value on it. And plus, you know, get to work with your friends. Come on, it don't get much better than that. Well, I've given you the grand tour. I could talk your ears off about the Hillbilly Heartbreaker, given half a chance, but I'll spare you all that. Good running driving truck. And if you all have the desire, it takes a little money, takes a little time. You got to stay focused, which is hard for some of us. It's attainable. Where are you going to set your sights? Where do you set your goals? If you, like I said, you can lone wolf it, get in with a group, YouTube. And I had mentioned this before about mechanics being notorious hoarders. Perfect example of right here. I can't throw them away, so I clean them up and display them. There's more on that later. We might do a little bit of a deal. I've seen incredibly clean shops. Guy down towards Freeman, I went in there for something, I can't remember what it was. Very, very clean shop for a mechanic, a working mechanic. And I have seen shops where you have got to push stuff out of the way with your feet. No concern of mine either way. You know, they're doing what they're doing, and as long as they're having a good time and ain't hurting nobody. Me personally, I try to keep the place cleaned up, picked up. I'll cover all that later on in another video probably. Learning as I go. The plastic shoe boxes, oh, love them. The bins, the separator bins from Harbor Freight, sound investment, especially for those little bits that you keep losing underneath the workbench or in the grass. All right, I think that's all I got. Y'all be good. Hopefully the next project car will be here this week. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. And we'll do another video on that. I'll give you a once over real quick on it before I light into anything. All right, y'all be good.